Okay, we're doing a set review today, mainly just the rares and mythics and how they could go in Pioneer slash Modern. So 64 of these, wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. We're doing it with Twitch chat, so if someone brings us something interesting, we can talk about that. We have Bonder's Enclave, land, tap, and then ability is draw a card. Activate this ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. It could be played. It could fit into like the red green decks. I could see it as a fine card to add into the fatty decks or Etron. I like it's a better setup than the old card from Oath of the Gatewatch that would tap only if you were hellbent, and you don't even need to use colorless mana. So I could see it being played. I like this card. Okay, next one. Seagate's Record. Yeah, people don't play Seagate's Record, and it doesn't cost you a creature. But you have to be hellbent, you know? Like, there's so many times where you just stuck with, like, a derpy card in your hand. Okay. Brocus Apex of Forever. It's basically just giving a creature trample for 5 mana, or you pay to mutate onto some garbage. It's not good. Like, it's too slow for Modern, way too expensive. Like, you can cast it over and over again, but it's not worth it. Not that great. Cheville, Bane of Monsters. Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponents control no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And then second part is whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. It's just too slow for Modern. And its color suit doesn't fit into like a human type deck. Good in Gen is a one of. No, you just play Croxa. Like, there's so many better things than this card. In Pioneer, maybe it's just too slow. Like, it if it was a counter when it ETBs, but it's a counter at the beginning of no, it's your upkeep, not your opponent's. Okay, yeah, so not that great. Too slow. Classification. So at first I thought this would be sick, but then I realized it taps the card. So they knew Storm Herald would be a thing. So they freaking put tap like so yeah, no, it's garbage. Situational. 7 mana. Crystalline Giant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose the kind of counter at random that it does not have, whether it be flying, first strike, death touch, X-proof, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance, and +1/+1. And then put a counter that it does not already have. It's too slow. Limited bomb, but just way too slow for constructed in Pioneer slash Modern. Cub Warden. Too slow. So many things are just going to be too slow. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then return a creature card with less CMC than the creature that died from your graveyard to your hand. So it's like Scrap Heap Trawler on a enchantment. The problem is you have to play Abzan. That's the first problem. I mean, it combos with like Uro. Like, if it wasn't in Abzan, I could see it possibly being played. But because it's Abzan, it's not that great. But like, you could make it work if it was other combinations. I don't think it's too slow. Like, I think some jank could be worked around, but if it's Badzan. Like, it's but it has to stick to like the color for what it does, I guess. Okay, Dirge Bat. Yeah, way too expensive. So this one could be C play. Drowned Magistrate. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Human Sideboard. Mono white taxes Sideboard just to hit Dredge. So I guess it prevents. No, you'd still want to play Rip. Oh, Knowledge Pool combo? Oh, wait. What about Knowledge Pool and Possibility Storm. Yeah, that would, and it also stops Bring to Light. Okay, it could see some fringe play. It could see some fringe playing some random bad decks. Why not? Way worse, but gets there than Teferi. Agreed. Eerie Ultimatum. Return any number of permanent cards with different names from your graveyard to battlefield. So, Pioneer, Fires of Invention. You just throw it in your sideboard. Get back all the walkers and garbage that you lost this game. It's just like as a fun of in Fire's sideboard. I could actually see this being played. It's way better than the other ones that like that force you to have like a legendary. But yeah, no, I think this could see play in Pioneer. Emergent Ultimatum. Brad Jace plus Inverter. There you go. Search for a library for up to 3 mono-colored cards with different names and exile them. An opponent chooses one of those cards, shuffle that into your library. You may cast the other cards without paying their mana costs. Exile. Ultimatum. So you search for 3 mono cards, exile them. They choose one, and then you get to cast the other 2. There's got to be like some derpy combo that could happen, right? Probably too expensive, but like, yeah, same scenario as you guys. If you want to go get niche play, like it's interesting. Go get Inverter, Oracle, Jace. They just give you Jace and Oracle, and then you just cry. Yeah, Inverter's also colorless. Doesn't work. Everquill Phoenix. Mutate. Whenever this creature mutates, create a 1/1 creature. Yeah, just too much. Too slow. Extinction Event. Exile each creature. You just play Damnation. And Pioneer, I could see it being played. Like it's a fine sideboard card. Throw it in Sultai or Mono Black. Well, okay, freaking this one this early. Fiend Artisan. We'll go back to that. Over Languish / Suit. The thing is, like, all your things are one, like CMC 1 and 3. Maybe. Who knows? We'll have to see. It could see play. It may not be great, but it maybe. Okay, Fiend Artisan. The freaking $30 card already. Fiend Artisan gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Pay 1 and then either hybrid black-green. Sacrifice another creature. Search your card with CMC, converted mana cost X or less, and put it on the battlefield. I mean, you play it turn 2. And what? You sack your bird, go get like a 3-drop turn 3? Yeah, 3-drop. People just kill it. It could be big. COD update. Fiend Artisan was Vanna. Oh, and Pioneer. Wait. In Modern, yeah, maybe probably too slow, but like in Pioneer, Caruso was playing that Fringe deck before that would combo off with Inverter of Truth. Going through the whole deck. It could definitely see play in Pioneer paired with Vanifar. I think it's a fine card. Strong, but not like broken. I like it because like late game you can just randomly find it and it'll just be like a 6/6, 7/7 for 2 mana, which is something in Pioneer that goes a long way. If only it had Trample, that would make it play. If it had Trample put on there at the very bottom, then it would be playable. But no, I think it's fine for Pioneer. I think it'll be a good card that'll see play. Frontland Frontier, too slow. Gem Razor. Guess. It's too slow. Okay. General Kuduro of Drenith. Other humans get +1/+1, so an Anthem is very good. Enters the battlefield and you control exile target card from your opponent's graveyard. Sack human, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So there's no Pioneer deck that has like a humans theme. And then in Modern, you just have much better things to be doing. Like sacking 2 humans is way too much. A sideboard card, I don't think it's that great of a sideboard card for humans in Modern. There's just other things that are just better. You just exile 1 card, so what? Yeah, you just play all the other things. Genesis Ultimatum. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them into your battlefield and the rest into your hand. Sideboard card of Fires Again. Card's sweet. Could work well with, what do you call it? Pioneer Fires Again. Or if you want to have fun, big unexpected results, just throw that in there. Fringe playable, fun card. Had a Nightmare. You just have better cards than Pioneer. Just not that great. Illuminate Picks of Wishes. Flying Trample. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until exile non-land permanent card. Put that card on the battlefield or into your hand. So you pay 5 to Cascade. Probably not that great. Because you still have to find something else. The Trilands. Trilands, I think, are very playable. You're not going to jam 4 into a deck, but I think having 1 in certain shells is very beneficial. Pioneer, I think Pioneer will play because Pioneer's mana is so bad. In Modern, I could see you just throwing, like if you're playing Esper or I don't know, it's not an Esper one. Jeskai, you could play it. Oh, and Pioneer, Pioneer Niv, it could be fine. I think in Pioneer these will see a lot of play. In Modern, I could see you playing 1 of some of them in certain decks. Inspired Ultimatum. Target player. So it's freaking what's Infernal Infestation? What's the zombie infestation from Hearthstone? They just couldn't figure out new cards. It was just copy and paste from Hearthstone. I mean, like before they were trying to be subtle with how Teferi made the game one side Hearthstone. Now they're just like, we'll just take this card. Fringe playable Fires Again. Karuga. Nope. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it for these decks. Like in Pioneer, you don't have enough things that are cheating the CMC clause of being split cards or something to have low drops. And then Modern, it's just not worth it. Triumphs, very good. Okay, this one is another interesting card that I think will see play. Because it makes Astrolabe tap for additional mana. So you'll turn one Astrolabe, turn 2, play this, turn 3, you have you've ramped yourself with it. And then specify form when I say playable. It could be playable in Pioneer. Okay, maybe not Pioneer, but definitely Modern, just because of Astrolabe. Oh, and Amber as well. Ooh, Mox Amber 2 is interesting. Something that I could do. It could be a very good addition to Kethis combo. So I could see a Pioneer and Modern. I think this card will either be sleeper quite good or just do absolutely nothing. But I think it's fine. Does it work with Urza? Yes, it works with Urza. Yes. Oh, Chromatic Star and Sphere also? Okay. And Pantana Prism? Okay, there's a lot of things that combo with this card. It could be a very... I'll say it's going to be a strong card. I don't know what shell exactly it's going to be in, but it's still very good. And you look at your top 7, you're probably playing Uro if you're playing. Yeah, let's be real. You're definitely playing Uro if you're playing blue-green. So it helps you search for your Uros, helps you search for your possible Emrys, your Dorks. Just a sink that goes deep and ramps. Kogla, the Titan Ape. Too expensive. Labyrinth Raptor, Black Red Menace. Whenever creature you control with Menace becomes blocked, defending player sacks a creature blocking it. Nightmare Dinosaur. Not playable in Modern. Pioneer. I want to say no. But maybe you could do some dinosaur shell. That could be, you could play it for fun in Pioneer with the 3-mana dinosaur that you can't gain life. What's that card called? You guys know what it is. The one that was banned. Just have like a menace themed dinosaurs and go to town. Ferocidon. Rampaging Ferocidon, thank you. Also with menace. Also, wait. Whenever creature control with menace becomes blocked, defending player sack creature blocking it. If you have 2 of these out, do they sack 2 creatures? The 2 triggers go off? Or is it just... I think it's 2 triggers. It does stack. That would be very annoying to go against. This will be a fun deck that we play that will go 0-3 in Pioneer. They would just not block. Yeah, I mean, true. This card, I think, is going to be great. You get protection from either even or odd. So you get to choose against every single deck. Very relevant. Like if it was random, like the card they printed last, the previous set that you like pick from like 4 different numbers are random. Hackdos, yeah, garbage. But this one, human, 3/3 for 3, super easy to cast. I think it could see some. I think it'll, yeah, people play in stand 100%. I could see it definitely seeing play in Modern and Pioneer. It's very good against so many decks. It cuts off like half the removal. I really like this card. I think this will definitely see play. Just play Crusader. No. This card's sick. Luca, Copper, Outcast. +1, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Creature cards exile this way. You may cast this card from exile as long as you control Luca Planeswalker. So it pseudo draws you cards. And then the other one is sack a creature and then until you reveal... Sack creature and then flip the top of your library until you find a card with higher CMC and then put that into play. And then -7 is exile creature you control deals damage equal to power to each opponent. There's some shenanigans you could do with this. Too slow, but definitely fringe playable for random decks. Broodmother is probably the card I am most excited for in this set. I am so happy they did not make it a 3/3. The fact that it doesn't die to bolt made my freaking day. I hate that they make these sweet cards. Oh, it has 3 health. And look at Yawgmoth, how much worse it would be if it had 3 health. There's so many combos you can do. Or just having the sheer value of it. The card is awesome. And then like it's why what's that where you can't put counters on permanents. That's the card that's spiking right now because of this. Solemnity. Because of Solemnity. You have Solemnity out, then your other creatures just can't die. Well, I mean, they'll just be brought back. So why not just jam like 4 Solemnities and play that old garbage again? Oh, Solemnity's a very bad card, so we'll see. I could see it definitely seeing play. It's just a good card. Can you just Uro with this? So you would so if this is out with Uro, you cast Uro, Uro would die, comes back, it puts a counter on it, and then dies again. So you would just get 2 Uros. Evoke creatures would be brought back and not killed because of the evoke. So that actually would be very good too. Lurrus, the Dream Den. This one caused a lot of arguments, actually, about playing it in Burn or not. I think this card will see play in Modern. I haven't thought too much about Pioneer, but as of right now, you can just throw it into your Burn deck. The thing is, it does take up 1 slot from your sideboard. So that's the downside. But the upside is you get an 8th card in your hand. And I mean, like, Burn's already annoying as it is. Imagine if they just have this every single game. Like, you already know you got to deal with the 1-drops, 2-drops, and then this card, which will be able to bring back a Goblin Guide, bring back Eidolon. Does Burn care about the 8th card, really? Yes and no. Oh, and then I don't like this card in Shadow because cutting Street Wraith to play this is not worth it. Street Wraith is just too important to play in Death Shadow. But I think this will definitely see play in Modern. And then there's no 3-drops permanents in Burn. So I think you just add this into Burn. I think it's amazing. And then as far as Legacy, I don't like Legacy. Yeah, you'll see some play, but I just am focusing on Pioneer / Modern. You can only bring back you have to cast permanents, so you can't bring back lands. And there's so many games with Burn where you just like get so close. That's why I think this card's so good. People are like, well, if you're already at 5 or 6 lands, you're not winning anyways. Well, what happens usually is like you've used all these resources to get to that point, and usually both sides are exhausted, and this gives you that upper edge. So that's why I really like this card for Burn. So I think this card's a home run. I think it'll be played in every single Burn deck going forward. The cost of it being a sideboard slot for you having the 8th card, this is way better as your 8th card in your hand than having that 15th sideboard slot as a Burn. You can kind of you can counter it, but usually they've already used their resources on your first 7 cards. Lutri, banned in Brawl Commander. You're not going to play this. Okay, these effing cards. So if you play green, blue, and black, search your library for a card, put that card in your graveyard, then shuffle. If you... Okay, so what happens is if you don't pay the blue and green with it, you just return 2 permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. If you pay the blue and black with the green, you get a Entomb and then do the return 2 permanent cards. So too slow, but yeah, it's just too slow. This one, create a token that's a copy of target permanent. If red green was spent to cast a spell, instead create a token that's a copy of that permanent, except the token has. When this permanent enters the battlefield, if it's a creature, it fights up to one creature you don't control. Too slow. Destroy target non-land permanent. If it's a creature, or if green-white was spent to cast a spell. So this will destroy a creature for 3 mana, or destroy a non-land permanent if you spend Abzan. So that's how it works. If you don't spend green and white, it just destroys a creature. But if you spend Abzan to cast this spell, you can destroy a non-land permanent at instant speed. It's in bad Zan colors, so not really that playable. If it wasn't, we could talk about it, but it's just Abzan's such a bad color combination. I don't even think there's an Abzan deck in Pioneer. Try to get against for 4 in Mardu. Okay, maybe in Pioneer, but just too slow for Modern. Deals 5 damage as you choose among any number of target creatures or planeswalker. If you spend white and blue to cast a spell, until your next turn, those permanents can't attack or block. And they're okay, just too slow. 4 mana. Narset, the waifu. +1, you gain 2 life. Add either Jeskai colors to cast a non-creature spell. It goes up to 5. -2 is draw a card. Then you may discard a card. When you discard a non-land card this way, she does damage equal to the CMC to target creature or planeswalker. Limited bomb. People will force it in random Jeskai builds. It's playable. And random decks like, what do you call it? Give me a second. Jeskai Ascendancy. A Fires card? I don't think it'd be a Fires card, but I like the fact that it ultimates very fast is what I like. I think it'll see play. It's a fine card. It's not broken, but it's a fine card that can be played. Apex is usually bad. Whenever this mutates, return any number target creature with total CMC 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gotta pay 7 for it? Too expensive. Too expensive. If it wasn't, it'd be interesting, but just too much. This card's bring it back in 1/1 for 5 mana. It's way too expensive again. Yeah, we can just cast and then we still have to mutate onto it. Okay. Trample 6/6. Whenever one or more creatures deals damage, just too expensive. Pioneer. I don't think enough dinosaurs have enough, but it's just too expensive again. Triumph's playable. Okay, Riel the Everwise. Riel gets +1/+0 for each instant sorcery in your graveyard. Okay, not bad. Whenever you discard one or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. Huh. I think maybe. It's an interesting card that has a good enough ability. Ooh, with Royal Science too. You have to find a shell for it. I could see it seeing play in Pioneer. Modern, too slow, but I like this card. Lurrus Ultimatum, destroy all non-land permanents your opponent control. Again, very playable and Fires. Trio unplayable. Dasher the Octopus. Okay, this one's an interesting card. It'll be played in Merfolk. You could play it in like the Boggles builds, maybe? It's 2 mana Obsession, I guess. This is Ninja of the Deep Hours. Not really. Mutate on the Flip Delver. You just give it a draw clause. I think it'll be played in weird decks. It's not phenomenal, but it'll. I think it'll definitely see play. Shark Typhoon. Amazing limited card, but yeah, not that playable in Modern or Pioneer. Kitty and Bluetron. Uncounterable cycle draw card. Okay. Yeah, no, I could actually Bluetron, I think it'd be actually a pretty good win con. You get an uncounterable flash flying creature. Like, why not? You could always just hardcast it later. Instant speed, uncounterable flying shark. Yeah, I would actually. I would play this garbage in Bluetron. It's one of those cards that I would just be like, yeah, why not? I like it as a fun of. Okay, Kitty Cat. Gets +1/+1 for each other flying creature you control. 4 mana, Mega Flyer. Pioneer. Maybe. Limited Bomb. But yeah. Slither Wisp. Flash. Whenever you cast another spell that has Flash, you draw a card and each opponent loses 1 life. Into a Modern Flyers deck. Good in Fairies. Ooh, I like that. Bant. Excuse me, Bant. It's a wait. It doesn't even have flying. Okay, card that. It'll see play. The problem is the mana is very restricting. Yeah, the fact that it's blue, black, black makes it very taxing. It's a good card though, but it's like its color is what's screwing it over. But you can play it in Fairies. Apex. Double strike. 3/5. Wait. Whenever this creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to a creature, planeswalker, an opponent. And how much is it? It's for 5? Doesn't that do a bolt? 4 mana, double striking, 3/5. I'm in. Why not play it in Pioneer? You have good grindy decks in Pioneer. For Mardu. And it could just be red white or black white. Limited Bomb, but okay, let's be real. It probably won't see any play anywhere, but it's a cool card to talk about. Okay, Song Creation. Whenever, okay, start from the top. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Sick. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. So I think this card's great. You're gonna need, stuff to cast from your graveyard. Maybe some dredge cards to like guarantee that you hit stuff off of it. Could be interesting. I think this card could be very good. It's phenomenal in Jeskai Ascendancy, but ooh, an Underworld Breach. I think this card could definitely see play, and like Teamer's not too hard to get for what this wants to do. Okay, Ozolith. Someone's gonna try to do something broken with it. I don't know if they'll succeed or not, or what you want to do. It works with modular. It doubles the counters. Whenever you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those on Ozolith. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may move all counters from the Ozolith on target creature. So let's see. You would do... What do you want to do with it? It's a 1-drop that sits there. Hardened Scales. It doubles modular. So if I have like... Okay, if I have 2 creatures out, I sack my 5/5 Ballista. So if you sack... Okay, so it doubles modular. So if you have a 2/2 Ravager and you sack that, then 2 counters go into Ozolith and 2 counters go on to something else. Okay. Interesting. I could see it being played with modular. How does persist work? Yeah, how does persist work with this? If you have a sack outlet on a persist creature, can you wipe the board? No. Wait. With persist, if you sack creature with persist, it would take that counter. Your creature doesn't come back, does it? If it does, no. So it comes back with the -1/-1. But if you sack it again, it does not revive infinitely. It dies with a counter. Okay. So it won't come back. But the counter is moved over. The counter is moved over. Okay, the creature will stay dead. Okay, awesome. Okay, just clarifying. So yeah. Hardened Scales could be interesting. Modular. It doubles modular, so that's good to know. So we need 2 of them. Okay. Titan's Nest. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card library. You may put that card in your library. Exile card from your graveyard. Add colorless. Spend this mana. Only cast a colored spell without X in its mana cost. Huh. You have to mill yourself. What shell would you play it in? Pioneer, Dredgel's Dredge. You could play this. You can't use it for Eldrazi. It has to be a colored spell. Does Kinnan work with this? Oh, jeez. Exile card from your graveyard, add colorless. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because the mana, it'll make the mana. Kinnan is tapping. What's the wording on Kinnan? Whenever you tap. Okay, never mind. It does not work with it. It does not work with Kinnan. My bad. I didn't know there was a little clause there. People are like, this card's broken. This card's fine. This card's garbage. This card's... Let's be real. You play it, it does nothing. What are you hoping to like ramp into that you have to have cards in your library already? I think it's not going to be that great. You can't. It has to be colored. It can't be colorless Eldrazi. You can't do it for colorless Eldrazi. They made it. They said right here that it has to be a colored spell, and it can't be with stuff with X in it. Painter Servant Eldrazi. Okay, there you go. Umuri, the Collector. Wait. Painter Servant. Why would it be any go to Painter Servant? Sir Conrad and Titan's Nest. What is Sir Conrad? What is Sir Conrad? Sir Conrad is a legendary creature, 5/4. Whenever another creature dies or creature card is put in the graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, Sir Conrad deals 1 damage to each opponent. What? Yeah, unique cards in your graveyard. So I think that's gonna make it wrong. Is like you're not gonna have that much. Like you're not gonna have enough fuel. Okay. Umori, what's the thing? Each online card in your starting deck shares a type. Nope. Unpredictable Cyclone. Okay, there's some garbage you could play to cycle into some big board. People play Possibility Storm, so why not? You can play this card. Go back. What? You played in Slivers. Suppose you cost chosen type, cost 1 less to cast. It costs 4. It's not like played a Sliver. Meh. It's not that great. I mean, like each non-land card in your deck shares a type. You would lose Aether Vial, so no. Vadrock, Apex of Thunder. Flying, first strike. Wait, it's only 3 mana. It's only Jeskai. Okay, let's. Okay, I'm excited. Let's see where this goes. Dice the Bolt. Okay, already not great. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with CMC 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So you pay 4 to cast a 3 mana spell. Elemental Dinosaur Cat, so it doesn't really fit into much. It has to be a non-human, so you can't even do it on your snap. Yeah, okay, it's not that great. Vivian. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. +1. Create a 3/3 beast creature token. Put your choice of vigilance, reach counter, or trample on it. Okay, very good. -2. Whenever or when you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser CMC and put it on the battlefield. Huh. Okay. Elves, I think it'd be amazing in Elves. 5 mana 3 loyalty, that's fine. You just plus it up, go to 4, make it 3/3, protect itself. It tutors for a creature with lesser CMC and puts it into play. I like it. Yeah, you can do it in red-green Kiki, actually. What if you do it in red-green Kiki? You cast your Kiki, and you go get the 3/3 that untaps. No, not Krasis. The red green tower thing. I like this card. Hyrax Tower Scout. The 3/3 that when it enters, untap target creature. So you could do that with Kiki. I didn't know that was what its -2 did. It's a very, very good -2. I thought I'd put it in your hand. I like this card. 5 mana, very castable, and green. Voracious Great Shark. Flash 5/4. Too expensive. Whirlwind of Thought. I love this card. I think it's great in Jeskai Ascendancy decks. I think this card will see play. Jeskai is such a garbage archetype. You could throw this in, no one will notice, and it helps you with your lack of card draw. I think this card is great. I think it'll definitely see play in Pioneer and Modern. Okay, Winota, Joiner of Forces. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible on turn. Put the rest of the cards on your bottom. So you gotta play this out and then swing at something else, and then you look at your top 6. It's playable. It's definitely playable. Shangru Geist. Non-human. Ball Lightning. Ooh. Okay. It's in red white, but it'll definitely see some fringe play. I think it's a good enough card. Oh geez. This turtle. A dinosaur turtle. This card is sweet. You have to cycle it. How many times you gotta cycle it? You gotta cycle it 4 times, right? Quattro. It even has trample. Oh jeez. I think it'll see play. It's such a funny card. I don't know where, but you get to play 4 of them. You just cycle it. You just cycle it. Your starting deck contains at least 20. Nope. Triumph. Zidra the Dawnwaker. I think this is the last card. Each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. I mean, you could play it in Legacy. Infinite mana with Monolith, right? Oh no, never mind. Oh no, yeah. You can. Yeah. Probably not. This card is chill, but probably not. And that's it. Thanks so much for checking out the set review of the rares. I think a lot of I'm really excited for this set. I think a lot of them will see play. By a lot, I mean like 10 cards. Actually, that's not true. It'll be more because of the Tri-lands. But I really love this set. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to play this. But thanks for checking out the set review.